Hope y'all can hear me out there. What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's happening?
I'm down here in Orlando, Florida with Mr. Tony at Creative Car Audio here. We got another one on the road, guys. So we're out here getting around. Like it up, share it up. If you got any questions for Tony, our head of sound quality, we got him on here. This is his shop here in Orlando. What's going on, Scott, Joe, Mr. Steven, Pops? I think Chad's on there somewhere. I don't know who else. What's going on, Chance? How you guys doing this evening? Let everybody get an opportunity to get in here, get going. You might hear my dog whining in the background. What's going on, Benjamin? Hey, Terry. How you doing, man? What we have going on today, well, I've been down here in Orlando today hanging out with Tony. I don't know, we've been talking about some things, some SQ stuff, shop stuff. I don't know, all kind of things really. So I came down to Orlando for the day. Obviously, we're in town. We're in Florida this week for the 4X we're doing this weekend. The mic sounds weird. It might be because we got a fan on it. Does it sound like a fan? There's a fan blowing on us. On your way to the Awful Waffle. Let's see. Maybe this will help. Does that make it any better? Yeah, I've been having trouble with that cable right there. I got a new one in the truck, but that should work as long as we don't touch it. Oh, Geoff, what's going on, Jeff? On your way to the Awful Waffle. Is that like the Waffle House? Joe's getting ready for the Ohio 4X. We got that coming next weekend, so we'll do a turn and burn. Any of you guys got questions for us? Rules questions, shop questions? What's going on, Chris? How you doing tonight? Make sure you like and share us. If you're watching out there in YouTube land, like and subscribe. I'm still working on getting this dang computer together, so bear with me. Hopefully, as soon as I get back from these next two shows, we'll get that going again. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and go over the events we got going on this weekend. So we got a 1X coming up in Michigan this weekend. Right there. We got Sullivan County Fairgrounds there in Indiana coming up this weekend. Another 2X. I think Chad and Sean will be out there handling that one. Make sure you get out and hang out with those guys. We've used this location one other time before, but it's a really nice location. I think it could end up being pretty good for us there. So get out there and check that one out down there in Sullivan County. And then the reason why I'm in sunny Florida here, we got the 4X DB Throwdown Showdown coming up at the Farmhouse Bar and Grill in Crescent City, Florida, Saturday. Shannon and I'll be out there with Morgan and Tony. I don't know who else we got coming with us, but we got 4X sound quality, 4X dueling demos, sound pressure, the whole 9 yards. So if you're out and about, you need some points, you're down here in Florida, come see us, come check it out. Should be a pretty good time. We're gonna put Tony in some cars and let him see if he still got it. You ready for that, Tony?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's
yeah.
going to be a great show. They welcome us back from last year, so it should be awesome. There's going to be a lot of people there, dueling demos, sound pressure, and we have several SQL cars coming out too. So um, it's going to be packed. I know it is, especially considering 7X. So that weekend, you just stay 2 days, and some people can get half their points of finals just in 2 days.
For sure. Gotta fix all your broken stuff. That don't sound very good. We'll talk about that later. And then we'll round out the weekend at the same spot there. The Farmhouse Showdown's a 3X we're going to do on Sunday, again in Crescent City, Florida. So if you're down this way, any of my Florida guys, you need points, we got the 4X. We got some pretty good trophies in the trailer. It's going to be a good time. Come see us.
Trophies are nice. I've seen them. They're awesome. Amazing trophies. So definitely going to try to get a couple of those myself.
So I'll let these events run across the bottom here for a minute. I'm going to get back to the chat. See what you guys got going on for us. Let's see. Nope, don't look like I missed any questions yet. So let me get over here and see what else I got going on. I know next weekend we'll be, like I said, turning and burning to Ohio there. We got the Rumble on the Runway show coming up. That's another 4X. That one's a single day show there at the Fayette County Airport, I believe. Yep. And right there in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. So Ohio's getting their 4X next weekend. I think we got the awards ready for that one too already, so that's good. Let me see what else here. I might have a...
No problem, Ben. So don't show me no tricks.
Oh.
MS1 tricks.
All right. Messing around with stuff here. What's going on, Madison? How you doing tonight, buddy? Matt? Benjamin? Oh, Ben, I done showed him everything. I told him everything I know.
It's done.
I didn't tell you everything yet. You see me moving in slow motion like I see myself moving in slow motion. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Like my camera on the computer is not even moving. Oh, there it goes. What's going on, Josh? Oh, you got birthday plans, Pops? Well, that's good. Happy birthday, man. I hope you have a good birthday. Oh, they don't like somebody. Is it?
No, it's just somebody walking.
Is it the UPS guy? They look like the head of box.
No, it was definitely not.
Oh.
Okay, good girls. Good girls.
All right, time out for the dogs to bark.
Okay, good girl. You got them. Good girl. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yes, sir, Matt. We got 3 of them coming up. They should be pretty good. Hopefully, working on a little bit of a catastrophe there, but they're coming up. What's going on, Mr. Webb? I know, heck, I'm gonna be pretty busy the next few weeks. I guess I'm going from Orlando or from Crescent City here to Ohio, and we got a week of break, or we got another show.
Yeah.
I think we got a week break, and then we'll be Indiana. Then Michigan.
Hold up. No, we don't have
The
a
10th.
week break. The following week, we have to go down to the back-to-back 2X with Pops.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And there's one popping off in Illinois back to back that weekend too. We got a lot going on the 26th and 27th.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it fell out this year, Matt.
And then we got.
But I mean, they are different states, so I mean,
back down.
it is what it is.
We got
But
out of those.
usually, generally, we'll try to not make that happen. That's right. The Pop's birthday beatdown coming on. What's going on, Nathan? How you doing tonight? Mr. Top, how you guys doing? You got anything? You got any jokes to tell Tony, Nathan?
We need an achievement sticker.
Oh, did you see that we got sound quality achievement stickers added to people's profiles? Mm-hmm.
Sound quality achievement stickers.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes. So
Okay.
like
Alan says that it's August and there's still no shows on the East Coast, only about 90 of them. But hey, I mean, I guess you're probably talking about like New York, New Jersey, I'm sure. But
judges, we got judges
I'm always looking for judges. I got trainings all the time,
Yeah.
more than just about anybody else, to my knowledge. So
Shops and judges, we can
shops
make it
and
happen.
judges, exactly.
Absolutely.
What's going on, Mike Jones?
Nathan is funny.
What's going on, Miguel? Oh, that's not allowed anymore, Jeff. I see. Well, like I've told you quite a few times, I'm still looking, but also to my knowledge, there hasn't been any shows up there for quite a while. So, we're looking, we're working on it.
That's showing up. It's been on there.
Yeah. The is that captions or whatever?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a fan. It's Florida and we're hot.
That's right.
It's hot down here.
All of them, Matt. All of them. What's going on, Tony? How you doing this evening? And I mean, I don't know. I guess I could just be honest. I actually did have some shit worked out until some of y'all got set up, so you can make your buddies.
Facts are facts.
Well, I mean, they ask me all the time,
Mhm.
and you want to act like we ain't trying. I'm trying.
Yeah, somebody steps up to the plate and wants to expand and have shows.
What's going on, Don?
We do it.
What's going on, Dane? I won't be partnering with Soundstage, no, but I'll gladly work next to them, and they know that. So, and I'll say that out loud too. No, I will not be partnering with them. MECA is MECA, and my judges and my MECA guys will produce that, and we will gladly come and work next to them or with them. But I will not be partnering with them. No. What's going on, Damon? And Matthew has definitely been making that work, and I think that we're definitely willing to continue to make that work. Is it better now? No. Okay. One day I'll get that new cable out of the package. What's going on, Joe? Like I said, we do have a fan on tonight, so it could be pretty difficult. I don't necessarily disagree with that either, Alan. I think that, I definitely am an outside the box thinker, and I definitely do have some different ideas and things. But whether anyone likes it or not, I was a competitor before I was all of this. There's no sound, I guess. Go to the truck. There's another cable.
That might have not put actually in the case a lot. I'll look and see if I can find
Yeah, that's probably it.
Probably not. I doubt that.
Remote hack.
But I think we all agree with that. Can you hear me now? It looks like we can. Well, we'll see how long that works. I'm gonna try to get the other cable. But I guess what I was trying to say was I was a competitor before I was all of this, and believe me, I understand the position and where the competitors are coming from, and I definitely think it's great for the organizations to work together. And I mean, I'll go ahead and spit another fact. I'm the only organization that calls the other organizations to work with me because they sure don't call me. So I mean, y'all, I'm just tired of getting beat up, so I'm just gonna start telling it. I've got 5 organizations at the next 4X I'm having. I've called the organizations and invited them to all the events we do. So it's not for a lack of effort.
I do the same thing here, Matthew, as well. I have all the orgs that want to show up to the event. More than welcome to add it for the benefit of the sport. But kind of works both ways too.
Tornadoes. We don't want none of those. No tornadoes.
Hurricanes are enough.
Yep, there's going to be 3 orgs at the Rumble on the Runway. There's going to be 2 organizations at the show this weekend I'm doing. I mean, we do call and invite the organizations. Like I said, I don't know how many of the other guys or what they do or didn't do, but I know I've done everything there is to do in this little game we call car audio. And I started out as a competitor. And, one of the biggest facts some of you guys might know that shoot, it was even me that started working with the other organizations that MECA was completely against that when we started doing it. So I kind of feel like I pioneered that. So, uh, I'm sure it happened at other points in time, but I'm the one that started doing it a lot, and especially in MECA. Tornadoes are not fun.
I do enjoy watching the weather.
I don't disagree with you there either, Alan. But um, I can't fix that, unfortunately. I don't really think you force anything, Matt. Like I said, I gladly will, and I mean, I encourage that to all my judges. We will gladly work with with anybody, but there's a difference between a partnership and working with somebody, or somebody that wants to control something that they really don't have a vested interest in. So what I'm saying is that I'm definitely willing to send my people to work with anybody, but that's the words we're going to say is work with. I haven't stopped any of that. So if that's what's going around, it ain't me. Now I might have said something somebody didn't like, but I mean, people said stuff to me that I don't like either, but I put my big boy pants on and figure it out. And that's what I've been trying to do the whole time. I'm not perfect, not going to claim to be. I believe the training next month is going to be $50. Is that what it is? $50. I mean, I thought so too, Matt. So that's all we can ask for, right? And we do have that training coming up in September. I believe it's what, the 17th, 16th, and 17th. So we'll have a training coming up on the 16th. Or not, the training's on the 17th. The 4X is on the 16th. I'm sorry.
But we'd like to do some mock judging on the 16th if you want to participate on the 17th.
So I guess the plan is anybody that actually wants to do the judges training is welcome to do mock judging on Saturday. And then the mock judging will go through Saturday, and the competitors will then be going through the training on Sunday. Well, that's not really what I'm saying, Daniel. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying that. I don't never get online and say never, but some of them sure do. And maybe I'm somebody that feels like you're supposed to stand on your words. But what's going on, Bill? Jeffrey Top, that's going to be in Bedford, Indiana, which is probably about 45 minutes south of Indy, an hour south of Indy,
Southwest of Indy.
Or southwest, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got any questions for Tony? Like I said, we're here hanging out in Orlando, getting ready for our 4X coming up Saturday and Sunday. What's going on, Kevin? How you doing this evening? Sure thing, Matt. Yes, sir, Craig. We'll be seeing you. We're down here. We're ready to get these points up. Hopefully, it's going to be a great show. Hang out with everybody. Get to see new and old friends, anyways. Oh, is that the food truck, Pops? What's going on, Kevin? Sounds good, Bill. I'll let her know. I think she's watching there on the other side of me, but yes, sir.
Did you get it?
Hey, thanks, Bodie. I understand, Alan. I understand that. I do understand that. But hey, I, I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. If we end up working something out, like I said, I'm willing to talk to almost anybody. There's a very few people on my list of people that I really don't want nothing to do with, and some of them don't want nothing to do with me, and that's fine. But they're not necessarily on my list because whatever. But my phone number is online everywhere. You can reach out to us. I'll be glad to speak to you privately about anything else you want to speak about, and see if maybe we can figure something out. And that goes for anybody watching. I think I saw Keith on here. Call me. I know there's water under that bridge. We might have history, but like I just told everybody else, I'm not against working with anybody, but I want my judges to be in control of our product, and that's the way I want it to be. And I don't see that being an issue as long as we can work together fairly. So hold on, now I got to catch up, y'all. Let's see. So somebody said, "Do you work for Creative Car Audio there, Tony?"
Yeah, my boss is not very nice to me though. But hey, we do what we can here.
Let him know who he is.
So Mr. Tony here is the owner of Creative Car Audio in Florida. So we're at his shop today. We came down here and hung out with him, however you want to say that.
You can say it.
Tony should sponsor MECA trophies for the next 5 years. Naton said, "When are you going to run Garmin Audio?" What's going on, Jason? Tom. Fake news. What's up, Mike Smith? Man, I'm in Orlando right this second. We're in Orlando at Creative Car Audio. And maybe it's a different. He says he likes shopping with Creative. You guys are awesome. So maybe he shops. Do you have an online shop or? Yeah. Okay.
Website, creativecaraudio.com. Yeah.
What's going on, Corey? Mr. Top, he said he likes to send people your way. You're awesome. Well, that's nice of you. So I've been doing this live here for a little over a year now, I guess. I do it every Wednesday night at 8. Corey's asking me what we got going on here. And tonight I just happened to kind of be on the road. And so I set my little setup here in Tony's shop and decided I'd get his beautiful face on here with me and let him help me answer some questions that, some sound quality related questions, but it looks like I got mostly other related questions that I was able to answer, I guess, hopefully in a decent, good way. But if you guys got any sound quality questions, Tony is our head sound quality judge. So sound quality questions. Sending the business out here. See what else we'll put our show banners running back up there for a second. Let you guys see what we got going on this weekend. I know I talked about it a little bit. We got the 4X down here in Florida going down on Saturday. We got a 3X going down Sunday, same spot, Farmhouse Bar and Grill. Got a 2X going on in Sullivan, Indiana, and a 1X going down in Michigan, it looks like. Okay. So Matthew looks like he might have a good question for us. And I do know that we've been discussing actually actually, going over some of that this year. Obviously the first two seasons, we did, kind of elect to leave the rule book for sound quality alone. A lot of that was really, just me being honest for that part of it is, I wanted to try to smooth the transition a little bit as far as the rules went. I want to stick to the roots of what MECA is for sound quality, and obviously uh, the roots of the rule book and how it's judged and all that stuff. So, that's kind of what we're looking at there. And then obviously, I think there's evolution to happen, but I'll let Tony kind of take off with that one a little bit because I do know that I plan on starting discussing the sound quality rule book here very soon.
Yep, that's for sure. Um, One thing that would help us is we do accept any kind of recommendations. In other words, if you have positive criticism, anything that you want to mention to us, go ahead and send it in and we'll take it all into consideration. So if we see the majority of the people within a class, like was mentioned, the size requirements of speakers or various things per class, we'll take it up and we have a committee that votes on those things and we weigh everything. So anything that you guys have, please send it to me. Ask questions, make suggestions. That's how we make it is best for all parties involved. It has to be good for MECA and the competitors. So we are a little leery of changing a lot of stuff unless it's warranted. So our format we believe is the best format. Many people say it's the best sheet. Our music is good. We're all looking at those things to see what we can do to improve it for the competitors. So any suggestions that you have, please send them.
All right, so let me see that real quick. Let me see your phone real quick.
Yep. That
So
section.
we do have something that just went live on the website for you guys, just to kind of go over what Tony's talking about here. I think we all think the structure is pretty good. It's a pretty dang good format. I think so. I'm probably biased, but hey. So this just went live on the website a couple days ago. I don't know how many of you've noticed it or not, but anyway, so you've got this on the website now. That little guy there, it says tell us what you think. So you can go in there and give us feedback on events. There's a little questionnaire there. So we've put that on the website to try to gather some more information and see if we can't do a little bit better for our club and for our people. So if you have, you can go right there. It's pretty simple. Fill out the little questionnaire. And then also we've added World Finals countdown down at the bottom there. So if you're feeling antsy and you need to just know how long it's going to be before it's time to roll up and do your thing, we got a little countdown there now. So both of those things are live on the website at this point.
It's a fancy little wristlet you have for your phone, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it my color?
Hey, that's fashion.
Yeah. That's an Amazon special.
Yeah.
I need to get one of my retailers to make me a NECA case.
Yeah, Matthew. One thing that's I think is huge about MECA is when you compete within classes, you're competing against alike cars and alike builds, which means it's not the competitor that's competing, it's the vehicle. So each class that you have within that class, you're allowed to do so many modifications and there's rules within. So it kind of keeps it competitive between class. But yeah, we're going to look at everything. So any suggestions, please make them.
It looks like Bill said we actually spent about 45 minutes talking about this earlier, Bill. And I think that that was one of the things we were talking about, trying trying to add there to try to help with the consistency and
Yep.
making things a little bit easier, more streamlined for the judges. Was that pretty much the consensus or thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And that's probably one of the things that you'll see that would change, just making it a little bit simpler for judges to score the car correctly and get in and out of the car in a timely fashion, especially at big shows. You streamline that process and the music information that they listen to. It's easier for the competitor and it's also easier for the judge. So that's what we're looking at right now. But that suggestion right there is one of the things we already discussed. So we're going to put that up to the committee for sure.
Now we got some good questions going. Let's see. And Harry says that using the technical tracks is not the best route. So I don't think that it is either, maybe for the whole thing, but I'll let Tony answer that or talk with Harry there because they're probably a lot
Yep.
more on the same level here than I am. So
Yeah, and he's been doing this even longer than me. So that's 35 years plus. But as far as that goes, yes, those technical things give a basic reference, but musical information, depending on what you're playing, yes, can change. That's why we're careful as to the tracks and the things that we're going to select and any changes that we have. So before we make a change, we're going to kind of weigh all our options and make sure it's best for everybody involved. Because music is the MECA way. So get everything live unamplified music as a reference. Go out and sit in front of a live band. If you have somebody that plays a drum set or guitar or anything like that, that is kind of what we want to go to because that's the MECA way. So we want to keep referring back to that. That's the history of MECA for 25 years. And we don't want to deviate from that. But we want everybody to know that that's the ultimate goal.
right. I mean, I think ultimately what we discussed was it would be mostly a staging or positioning type deal, and that's the only thing that we would really be using it for. Maybe is what we were discussing. I understand what you're saying, Harry, and I mean I think that I've read some of your comments and things here and there, and I definitely think you got a very good idea of what you're talking about. So I do appreciate those comments. I definitely understand that, but yeah, it won't be a bunch of technical tracks at all. It
No.
will only be basically for positioning or
Basically, it sets the stage for your staging and imaging. It gives you the quick reference guide, but through the musical tracks and the instruments and where they're placed within the original recording is what is going to determine the outcome as far as the score sheet.
all right. No, I don't think that. I guess really, I don't want to put confusion out there. We're not going to get away from the MECA way. It was basically something we were discussing to help streamline the dissection of the staging, I suppose, is what we were discussing.
It also makes the job of the competitor to set his car up correctly easier. So the competitor needs to be informed correctly as to what the rules are, read the rule book, listen to the information. But if there's too much, it becomes difficult. So we're just trying to streamline it so the competitor can get the car ready for the judge and have a better understanding of what they need to do. But everything just goes back to, like I said, live unamplified music. That's the first thing when you open up the MECA rulebook for SQL. That's what's right there. So
You was tagged in, Jake.
okay,
So Jeffrey says, if the vehicle, if okay, I was discussing this with some other guys. It would be a huge help if MECA and the other orgs as well, for this matter, had a reference vehicle for competitors to hear, to know what tone is wanted. So I, I'm not 100% how the other organizations do, or how they are, but we do bring reference vehicles to all of our trainings. Not all of them are going to necessarily be the best vehicles, but we have our trainers there with us, and they're there to basically let their evaluation of those vehicles and discuss that with the trainees, and even competitors are welcome to come to those. So in my mind, I feel like we already do use reference vehicles for that specifically. Um,
and by means are we saying when we bring a reference car like we had Nathan Budiano's vehicle, we know that that vehicle does very well. It scores very well any show that it's in. We're not saying that we want your car to sound like his car. We want the car to sound like live unamplified instruments. Is that a good example or a close example of what it could be? That is a close example. We're not saying we want another car to be like another car. That's not it. So let's say we listen to Nathan's certain section, maybe it's a 8.5 out of 10. A 10 is the instrument itself. So unless your car sounds exactly like the instrument, it's not going to be a 10. So we want to stress that. We just bring an example of a vehicle that you can listen to, and that example is a number, whether it's a 5 or a 9. That is based upon how the tuning of the vehicle is and what's intact with the vehicle. So it's all goes back to the live instrument. Jake is not ready for finals.
so yeah, Jeff. We, like I said, we don't always have the top of the line ones that are able to come, but I think in September here, that'll be the third sound quality training that we've offered this year. I mean, that's a big thing we're trying to accomplish, is trying to get more judges on the same page. We try to ask the judges to come back through over and over again. It's something, the training for sound quality and listening for sound quality is something that I really don't. I mean, shoot, just in the last 2 years, I've learned so much about it, and I feel like I'm constantly learning something new, and learning something from these guys that have taken it so seriously and made it a big part of their life. And I feel like every time even I sit through the trainings, I pick up something here and there that helps me get closer to the consistency of everybody else. And so we encourage our judges to continue, basically continue training, continue learning, try to listen together, things of that nature. That's how we're going to create. That's how we're going to try to create that consistency. It's also a lot easier said than done, and I'll admit that too. Um, but it is something that is a goal that we have, and we're definitely going to keep pushing towards that. And I personally think that the more we listen together and the more we learn together, the better that will get.
Yep, absolutely.
Matt says two vehicles can score the same and sound very different. Fair enough. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
We have to put something there.
That's Jake just being Jake, I think. Or to an untrained ear, sound the same yet very different. I see what you're saying.
And so that's why we've never had enough training.
Yeah, that's true. More trainings that you have, and the more you
What's going on, Morgan?
train your ears to things, that's the way to do it. I mean, go get out and listen to live music. And that is the objective. So when you listen to those instruments play those notes and you kind of etch it in your mind of how that sounds, you want it as close to that as possible replicated from the speakers in the car. That's just what it
We had
is.
a video of my sister and Brian playing their instruments now that she's back to playing instruments. I mean, so many people in Facebook world and the car audio world don't understand the type of musical backgrounds that you and I both came from. You know, with me with chorus and choir in church from when I was so young, and my sister being in orchestra, you know, between all of our concerts that we were going to together, you know, sitting through each other's stuff. There's just so much that even I know about how music should sound, even though I'm half deaf anymore these days. But he's played instruments, and it's just
Don't tell
amazing.
nobody I play instruments.
Yeah. They can't know
It's
that.
just, it's wild that, you know, I wish more people would actually get to know that man in particular, you know, even more, because
So I guess Jeffrey's asking, do you see his
we
question
love sound
here?
quality and want it to be better than ever.
I mean, because I think
But
I have,
that's-
I think I have an answer that I have
Well,
in my head, but I
that's-
don't know if it's 100% the right one.
So rock concert amplified instruments, not unamplified live. Just because they're playing live doesn't mean that they're not going through an amp, which gives them a signature sound, going through a speaker, which gives a specific sound, and changing those. Let's say you take a Marshall amp out and you replace it with another brand, it's going to change the sound of things. But that's why we say live unamplified instruments. Have somebody take a drum set, like my neighbor had a Pearl drum set, no microphone, and I used to go over there and sit about 6 to 8 feet away from the drum set, and he would play it. And that's a good way to kind of train your ears. There's no microphone, there's no speaker
And what
to
kind of
amplify.
impact just came off of those
Impact and
sitting there?
dynamics.
Phew, man.
Yes, definitely.
You could almost feel them sticks across your face, couldn't you? At the restaurant last night, you know, the old dudes was
Oh
getting
yeah, you
down.
guys were
Yeah, we
listening
went
to
and
music
got some-
last
some
night.
Listening in last night, which
Yeah.
is quite fun. You know, I always enjoy doing stuff like that with my honey. We wanted to go
So-
do it in Nashville, but
Wait a minute, you play instruments? I thought you just boomed. Didn't you just? I thought you were just a
Well,
sound pressure guy.
It's been a while, but yeah, I played instruments. I play
okay.
a trumpet, a
The
trombone,
things you don't know.
right?
a tuba.
So much.
I can play
Okay.
a bassoon. I can play a saxophone. I can play percussion. Yeah, I was a second chair
Whoa.
tuba in an all-state band in high school. I got a scholarship to play a tuba in college, but I didn't do it. I went bowling instead of tuba.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Well,
You
yeah,
could have been a pro bowler, but you
Okay.
decided to do MECA. We love MECA.
yeah.
That's the thing
Tuba,
that's
man.
always
That
been
was
the
me.
drumstick
That
content.
once I got up there, they was like, "Here, play this thing. You can carry it around." I was like, "Okay." Yeah, I don't really have one of those yet, John. Unfortunately, I do have one. I just don't really have a space at my home to set it up right now.
If somebody's got the winning lottery tickets,
And,
they want to make some big donations,
I
I'm
think-
always accepting.
I hear that, Dominic. Yeah. Shannon's sister still plays the cello, and her husband plays a guitar. Yeah, he plays guitar. So, but shoot, I think it's been probably 6-8 years since I've actually played my instruments. But yeah, I do. I know how to play a lot of instruments a little bit. I might forget for a minute, but I think I could probably still do it some.
My voice.
Yeah,
I'm
and
pretty good at
John, that's a
playing it.
good comment John had there as well. That's why in our trainings we try to show the differences. I picked out a nice quality brand set of speakers, home reference, that Bud and Shannon purchased for the trainings. Nice sub. We set up a room with the chairs, proper positioning, put a little bit of dampening cloth behind and in front, and kind of set that up. So while we were doing the training, that was kind of like the first segment. You can listen to a pretty decent home system with a nice media player, properly recorded tracks that are clean. And then it went right from that into a vehicle that does very well. That was Nathan's vehicle. And this was a training that we did in Kentucky in Corvette Museum. So we went through things in stages to kind of show the differences. Okay, this is the home reference system. This is a good example of what things should sound like. It's close, it's there, it's accurate. And then this is a good vehicle that does the same thing. So we're trying to show both worlds. Oh no. Nathan wants to cheat. Nathan, you would win that hands down all the time. You can't.
Hold on, Nathan. So, what kind of class are we talking about? Because, like, at my training this time, I am having some. I'm trying to do some other teaching because we have some downtime with our, our class in general. So, like, I'm having a guy come out and do some like tuning 101 or how to unlock your sound type deal for some of my sound pressure guys, and even some of the sound quality guys that might just need a little help, and girls.
Yep.
I think we're planning on doing 4 to 5 classes. I'll have one that'll be like a tuning style class. It won't really go very deep, but it'll be enough that hopefully some people can pick some things up from it and learn from it, like a little 45-minute type thing. So I might be interested in something like that if I understand exactly what you want to come. Like maybe you could come help me out, Nathan, and teach some people some stuff.
I would love to have another little knowledge base set up. I'm trying to find the perfect install presentation. Dude.
Oh, he's just teasing me.
Oh, you're gonna be all excited. Is he gonna come?
Oh, I see what you're saying now, Nathan.
As reference
Yeah.
vocals. That's gonna be exciting.
I don't know if we do that or not. Maybe not. You got me, Nathan. I know one guy said Tony was cute. He's almost as pretty as me.
Got jokes, huh? These guys got jokes.
What's going on, Kevin?
Kevin. Better late than never.
We'll get there. Clearwater show. You know what he's talking about? Is he talking about
Where?
is MECA
Oh.
going to have presence at the upcoming Clearwater show? I'll let Tony tell that story. That he's been the one trying.
So we've had a few phone calls, and it's not that we're not going to be there because of anything on our side. MECA will be willing to go there. We will love to be there. We will show up with awards, score sheets, material. I personally will go there as the judge. It's up to the people that are running the show. Um, like Bud said earlier, we're asking to get into some of the events that we're not at to benefit all the competitors. I'm willing to give them my time, do whatever I can to make it happen. Just need the invite. Will I physically be there? I'll physically be there. I can bring trophies, score sheets, and reference material. That's not a problem. But it has to be. How do I say it? We're just waiting on the invite, even though we're asking. It's not really an invite.
I guess at the end of the day, the short answer is no. You're right, Alan. But again, it's not from not trying.
I mean,
and I'm not even involved in that one.
Yeah.
So that's all I know about that, and that's why I let Tony answer, because he's been kind of communicating back and forth with me what's going on there. But you're right. The short answer is no.
Yeah.
I don't get on here to BS you people.
No.
So
I will physically be there. My body will physically be there, and I will be looking at the cars. Anybody wants an opinion on how their car sounds or whatever, we give of ourselves in that way, but just waiting on it to go ahead with MECA being part of that show. And that's obviously the goal.
what's going on, Clifford? Is that what I seen over there? Did he pop in for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Did he?
Cliff.
He
Yeah.
didn't tell
That's
me.
right.
Is he there? I mean, we can stay online for a bit. We're having some great conversation tonight.
I mean, I can bring him on if you want. Not right now. I thought he might have popped up a second ago. But what else is going on this evening, guys? We're doing pretty good ourselves here.
Clifford's there.
Yeah, he's talking in the chat. I see that, but he was up over here. Or maybe it was Irvin. I don't know who it was. Somebody was over there, but then they left. What's going on, Jessica?
There we go.
There he goes. Let's see here. Turn him on. What's going on, Clifford?
Hi guys. Good night. Sorry. I'm fine.
I got them both.
I'm fine. Sorry. I just came home and now joined on. Sorry about that.
I didn't hear him.
See if I turn him up a little bit here. Maybe not. I usually.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, just not very good. I don't think my computer's very loud. I don't have my speakers hooked up to it.
We both have the little cookie things right here. I love it.
Okay. I guess I missed all the questions and stuff like that.
What'd he say he missed? Turn your phone up.
It's a little delayed from yours.
What'd he say he missed? Turn your phone up.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Well, it's going to be delayed because I don't know why my computer's
Mine-
not.
Is your volume down?
No, it's turned up.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is mine-
Actually, I was reading, and I passed the Clearwater program or event.
Uh huh.
Um, and I'm kind of disappointed that they haven't responded positively to our asking to be there. It's a shame, man.
I mean, I don't think we really disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, Clifford's even reached out to people in the States trying.
Yeah.
especially in my own state. So
I mean, I met with Alan and one some of the guys when I went New York and that area, and I think everybody said that they they will compete with us once we're there, but I don't
exactly.
I, and I appreciated that so much, and I felt that all we needed to be is present at the events, at the big multi events, and it's sad that guys that are saying that they want to have progression in the industry and in the sport and will not want an active and long going association as MECA to not be there. It's sad.
I agree, 100%.
I think we need the support of all the guys that are saying that they would still want to compete with us to, say to these guys that we need to have MECA here as well, because I mean, I know Bud and you guys are really trying your best to be at the events, so that we could have these multi-org events, and but we just need the support of all the competitors that would still like to support us and compete with us to voice their opinion. It's about time we do that. You understand?
Yeah. Well, we still have what, 2 weeks or nah? Well, now it's about a week and a half left. So if anything changes on that, then let me know because, like I say, it's just a matter of putting the stuff in the car on the way down because I will physically be there anyway. So it's simple.
And I
Invite,
mean,
say the word.
I just read from Alan, who it's I mean, I was very happy to listen to his system and to be part of that car meet that I was part of there. And I'm even reading here that he's saying that most of the competitors would want MECA to be part of it. So it's about time, guys. We need your support. We need you all to voice your opinion, to you know to 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 say that we really need it. And it's not that we're we're going on our knees, but we're asking because it's a good format we have. It's a super format we have, and we know how much you guys enjoy it. So let's work together.
Yeah.
John, I don't know that that was the first one, but I do know it was a part of it very early. And there you go. That guy knows the answer right there. So, yes, it was the first one.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I think we've addressed that part of it plenty, Um, and I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, we definitely want to work with others, and but that's the key word: work with. I'm not a person that's gonna. That I don't take well to getting bullied or whatever. I mean, whenever we play that game, I don't play that game. So all this trying to bully me into what people want, that's not going to work. You're going to work with me. And maybe that's what's causing the problem, but I'm just being honest. So, yeah, I have different ideas. I'm an outside the box thinker. A lot of you guys know that. I call it loose logic, but I do look at a very giant picture. We're not just looking at, one state, one country. We're trying to go to a new place, a new level, and there is a very big picture here. And I agree with that, Matt. As a competitor, I did the same thing. Like I said, I was a competitor first, and I believe in that, and I believe in that for the competitors. Um, but I also have to, at this point, moving through the time and stuff, and in the position that, hell, I never thought I'd be in this position, but here I am. And do you think that it doesn't? So a lot of these people, guys, whatever, girls, all of them, a lot of them, I have respect for them. But yeah, the promoter is soundstage directly, but so that's just the thing. That's the problem. So, you know, I don't. MECA promotes itself. I have judges that work for me every day. They work with MECA and with us every day to promote MECA. And so basically all I ask is that my judges are the ones that do what they need to do. So at the end of the day, they're pretty self-sufficient. All they have to do is be invited. And I don't know if anybody has reached out to them directly. No, and I have not since last year. Uh, you know, so yeah, I guess the short answer to that is I'm not sure. I haven't directly spoke to them myself since last year.
To the event, whose event it is.
So, yes, at the end of the day, yes, I do have different ideas, but I'm not sitting here saying that I won't work with people, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. I want to work with people, but that's what we want to do is work with them.
But just as MECA will respect the rules and regulations of other organizations, I believe that they should respect ours as well, right?
Right.
And that's it.
It definitely has to be a mutual respect back and forth. I have spoke to the person whose show it is, not Soundstage in particular versus the show, but the person who is heading up the show. So, like I say, a week and a half left. If it's a last minute thing, that's fine. I know there's people there that are competitors that would compete with me, and all I have to do is put the stuff in the car, just give the word. So if it changes anything, that would be great. Just contact me and let me know. You can get me everywhere. Call the shop or get me on Facebook Messenger. However, contact MECA in any way, they'll get a hold of me. That's it. I can't really say anything other than that.
Well, I don't know. Alan says it's too many egos. That's the problem. I might go along with that, but I'm willing to put mine to the side, and I think you can call around and ask about me. I'll put mine down, but there has to be. It's a two-way street. If there's no compromise, then the conversation at that point becomes over.
I'm sure I can. Oh, I'm trying to read this one. Yes, and this one.
And I do think Tony is easy to get a hold of.
I see Matthew is saying come down to the host. How difficult is that, Tony?
What's that?
Matthew,
I'm just go ahead and answer this. The problem comes from the administration and their past action as to what that um, I don't really know what that is. That I didn't let somebody bully me into something I didn't want to do, or they wouldn't represent me the way I wanted, and I'm the one that did bad actions because yeah, I mean I'm just being open.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Because I'm willing to apologize.
I mean, I've heard that too, but at the end of the day,
let's do it.
I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, but every action that I've done has been for my club, for MECA,
and its members,
and the people that don't see that, I'm sorry. But I do understand what you're saying. Yes, at that level, it is beyond the lanes. But what I'm telling you is like basically, I don't feel that I've done anything that I have a bigger vision, maybe apparently, than some of these other guys do, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm not a sit type of person. I'm not going to just sit here and keep doing it the same old way. No. I've got a bigger vision than that, and that's how I feel about it.
I think that, but you guys, there was a moment there that song quality was broken for a bit, and you did not sit down. You piece together, you pull the team together, and you have started rebuilding that composure of the song quality aspect of MECA, and you did not sit by. And it says to me a lot because that it says that your heart and your drive and your goal is to make MECA continue being a big club, a big organization, successful, and I I honestly think that yeah, your heart is really in it, and I mean that speaks volume, and I hope that competitors and even the ones that look on and may say differently, they would see that, and that is something, you guys did not sit down, you went after it still, and
well, I mean that's basically just the problem, John. I'm sorry, Clifford.
that's okay, but that's okay.
I'm reading.
But thank you for the kind words. That means a lot. It does, because we have put a lot into it.
John, I really do hope that this really happens, and we have mature leaders in the various organizations, and even the host and the promoters and whatever, and they could sit down and discuss and get over this, man. It's about time.
Oh, I'm not, like I said, I don't disagree, but I'm not going to get stonewalled neither, because that's just, uh, if I'm asking for a compromise, I'm asking for a compromise. And when folks aren't willing to compromise, that's not a part of my path. So, I'm just leave it that simple. I'm growing the sport just fine over here. I've got more new sound quality members than the last 5 years, and I've only owned it for 2. I mean, we can get into facts. I'm not Like at the end of the day, my
That's great.
standards are doing exactly what I want them to do. The organization has grown by 38%. The organization is doing good. And at the end of the day, I can stand on my own and MECA can stand on its own. But what we're asking for is for to help the competitors. So that's what we're asking for. What as far as the business of MECA goes, other organizations might be seeing an impact, but what I'm doing is working for me, and the numbers say that. So I am growing the sport.
So basically, if we're willing to work with others, we're just waiting for that to come back to us. Hey, if somebody's holding an event and we can be a part of it, we're invited to be a part of it. We'll make every effort to be there for the competitors. So there's not much more that we can say than that.
I've reached out for all the events to help them out. That's all I can do.
But all I can say is I hear you guys, and like I said, we'll see what we can do. I just guess whatever. I'm just like I'm not mad. I agree with you. We got to figure something out. We will eventually.
Yeah, Joe.
But I mean, I agree with a lot of these statements. It's not that I don't agree with them. But I mean, we have to have standards as an organization.
And we want the organizations to respect each other, and then even MECA, it's got several different parts to build.
Well, okay, so
you have sound pressure, you have sound quality, and there has to be respect amongst those two worlds as well. I mean, there has to be patience on both sides and compromise on both sides for us all to be able to come together and have. But some do their thing and go, which is okay. But that doesn't mean you talk negative. We got to keep it positive, keep it growing. Give demos, whether you're sound quality or sound pressure, doing demos, install.
So
I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out here. What is a quality judge for sound quality? But I mean, I'm going to agree with your statement, but I'm going to follow that with the question: who's to say any of them are quality? They did it, or what?
Is it supposed to be their accolades?
I mean, I'm just asking what makes them quality? Seat time and training, and experience. If we don't give people the chance to do that, you don't get any new quality judges. I'm trying to expand the judging field, and I agree with you. I do agree with you, Brian. I'm just asking because what I'm having a problem with is everybody asks us for growth, but then let's stunt the growth. Because only certain people are allowed to do this. Only certain people can judge my car. That's not a way to look at it. You have to give people the opportunity to learn. Now, granted, they have to want to try to learn. They have to want it. And that is a big part of it. But they also have to be given the opportunity to earn that experience.
And as far as quality judges or not, realize that the two MECA trainers for SQL both have well over 10 years experience judging already. And both of those, for everybody that loves Steve, they were trained by him going to orchestras. I mean, what else can you do? Irvin and Clifford, I mean, their track record is amazing. And first, when we got together and we had our idea of what quality sound was, we were on the same page. So having three people on the same page that know and like the same thing and the vision's the same, and it's goes back to live unamplified music that you can clearly hear. I mean, those are the people that are going to be in your seat at World Finals. So you're going to have quality judges at World Finals for MECA this year. And, all we can do is train and help people that want to learn.
This right here, this is the comment of the night because you hit it on the head. You're right. But you know what? So do you hear what you said, Alan? Read that and read that, and then ask, why am I being attacked for wanting to try something different? So read that to yourself and then ask the question, because that is the truth. And I do want to do something different. And it was dying before I took over, but that is the nail on the head right there. So I'm asking you to hear that statement and understand that everybody trying to force me to do what has already been done does not fix this situation. It's already proven to not fix this situation, and we all have to agree to try something new, not just one of us. And if we could all agree on it, it would change things quite drastically. But that's yet to happen. But you have exactly hit the nail on the head, Alan. I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement too, John. I understand that. I wish we could get you some points. I understand that. And you can get, I mean, we have some shows in Tennessee, and like I said, you might not get, the best judging that you want there, but there are shows in Tennessee offering sound quality if you want your point and they want to learn.
The only way to grow this club in sport is to give the young ones and new people a chance.
And,
not down the street or make fun of them.
I got you now, Alan. I think we're on the same page, and I do agree with a lot of the stuff that people are saying, but it's, again, way easier. I mean, we can sit here and talk about it, but at the end of the day, we just got to get our stuff together and figure it out.
No. Girl.
I don't even know where anybody's fighting. I don't know that's where I'm kind of confused. Like, I'm not fighting anybody. And like I said, every show that we host, that Shannon and I host directly, we reach out to all of the organizations, all of them. And I mean, that's another thing, we can go down this rabbit hole too. Like, you want everybody to be together, but you do realize there's 38 organizations, right? There's 38 sound off and audio organizations. So that's not something that's likely to happen, is to get 38 organizations together. I'm not saying that we're talking about all of them, but at this point in time, there is 30 some odd organizations out there. So I mean, there's a whole lot more than just what meets the eye. And like I said, we're looking at a way bigger picture than.
I think everyone, a lot of the comments that came in so far, a lot of people are saying that why haven't we yet sit down? But I think it's straight, but not so. Nobody wants to sit down.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I guess I feel like I've done my reaching out and things like that. And honestly, I think that I think that Travis and I get along fairly well. I don't think that there's really an issue there. I feel like we can call and talk to each other. Um, but other than that, I've reached out to a lot of people, and you either get no response or you're going to do it my way or the highway type stuff. And
I'm already paying for the venue. Like
that's something different. We're talking about something different.
I mean,
And I know you're not saying me, but I'm just trying to be open.
Yeah.
And I understand that too, Bill or
Uh,
Brian. Sorry, I called Brian Gill and said Bill. But I will, like I said, I'm not going to give up on nothing. And at the end of the day, there's a very short list of people that I won't work with. I mean, even all the stuff that's going on, whatever anybody said, I feel like maybe a lot of stuff's turning the mountain into a molehill because, I mean, yeah, we've had disagreements or I've asked for certain things that, certain guys don't want to do or whatever. And, it's just a disagreement. I didn't feel like either of us was really disrespectful to each other. So, I'm open to those things. And in fact, I've let Tony try to, get us into quite a few things this year, and we are trying. And that's all I can say. And I think I'm not just sitting here by myself. I'm not just sitting here by myself saying that at this point. I mean, I've got a guy that's been trying, so he understands.
Well, he's not the only one.
So, I'm just trying to be open with you guys. Larry, I think I'm very willing to talk to you, and that conversation's probably long overdue. And I'll be the first one to admit that right here in front of everybody. But I personally didn't even know me and you had really had an issue. So, that's cool. I got you. We'll stop there.
Hey, Irvin, good night.
What's going on, Irvin? But anyways, we got any other questions coming on? I appreciate this interaction tonight, guys. I really do. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent, but I do appreciate the interaction. And, maybe I'm getting to open up and you guys are getting to open up a little bit too. So, I appreciate that interaction. Like I said, I don't know how much of it's good, bad, or indifferent, but I do appreciate the interaction. Was there any other questions or anything else? Anything else you guys wanted to know about? Anything you need to ask Tony, Clifford?
Tony biases.
anything Cliff would want to add?
Well, I mean, John, I'm the type of guy like, so how I look at things is like this. I'm not going to address things that I don't feel like need to be addressed. If people want to drag me through the mud, I mean, we can go down that hole too. So like, let's talk about the community, right? Let's preach to everybody that we're all about the community, but then drag somebody through the mud. So I'm not going to address those things because if I need to be the punching bag for the community, it's a lot better for me to go through the mud alone than it is to take everybody with me. And that is my position. So as long as I have to be the punching bag, I will be. I don't disagree with that a whole lot either, Alan.
I too. I very much agree with that to some extent. Yes, very much. Big boy pants is what we need out there, man.
So the Lexington and Frankfurt area is hard to get going there, Josh. I think Selena does have some stuff she's looking at in those areas, but it's hard to get some locations going in those areas, but that's some place we are looking to start getting something going.
Yeah, I've been the punching bag for that one, right? Joe?
Right.
Yeah, I messed the car up.
Well, my only sentiment to that is, I think that I've tried to do that. So,
I mean, how many times do I have to put them? I mean,
but anyways,
I've got proof, but I don't have to post that on mine.
Terre Haute, Indiana, huh? So we have some up in the high north all the time. Sound check there in Lafayette. I know that's not exactly where you want it to be, but there's shows in that general vicinity quite often there. If you have any contact on locations or anything like that, I can get that over to the event director in the area and see if maybe they can get something going a little bit closer to you. But we do have some shows up there in the north quite often. All right, Josh. So shoot me a message and I'll get it. I'll either take care of it personally and get it over to Chad and them and see what we could do for you. Send Shannon or myself a private message, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I think they're doing a show in Sullivan, Indiana, coming up here soon as well. But again, I think I've gone about 30 minutes over my time limit today. It's not gonna I don't think it's not gonna happen this year, Brian, but I'm open to those conversations. I don't know about all the orgs. I can't speak for everybody, but I do think that I don't feel like any of it's 100% off the table personally. I'm not that's not who I am. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it can't happen because I definitely think it can. But I feel that. That's kind of the point I've been trying to make. This stuff hurts me too. I was a competitor. I know I understand the position. That's maybe my advantage and disadvantage all in one is, I competed for about 5 years. I started judging in 2009. By 2011, I was part of the R&E committee. By 2014, 15, I was the head of the R&E committee. And a lot of people don't really know all those things about me, but I've done basically every position you can do. It's not like I just hopped in here and don't know what's going on. I like I said, I'm an outside the box thinker. And that's pretty much how it is. I have different ideas and thoughts, and no, they might not all be right, and I'm willing to listen to what other people have to say. But I, a lot of times, I don't get the feeling that anybody wants to listen to what I have to say, even though I feel like it's mostly the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts.
They also didn't know you play instruments.
Oh, you missed it all, Stephen. And we're having finals in Louisville again this year, John. So MECA finals will be in Louisville December 2nd and 3rd. Wasn't the dates I really wanted, but it is what it is there. And it's going to still be a good show. There you go, John. I'll look forward to seeing and meeting you. But I think it looks like my comments and questions are starting to slow down here. I want to let Tony, Clifford, did you guys have anything you wanted to speak on this evening?
No, if some of you guys need points to attend finals and you want to attend MECA finals, contact us. We can see what we can do to get points for you. There's 3x shows all over. You win a 3x show, it's 15 points. You go to only 3 shows and do that, you're qualified for world finals. Read the rule book. There's other things in the rule book. Main thing is you need a show, contact us. We can let you know what the closest event to you is, and we can do what we can do. That's it. We can only do what we can do. So if you let us know, we can try. And if anything happens with a couple of these other shows, like the one a week and a half from now in Florida, like I said, I'll be happy to attend. Anybody there that wants to get MECA points toward finals, we can do it. We can put it on there. But
why does he need 65 points?
It's 45. Who says 65?
Yeah. Well, we only require 45 points. And if we can find a way to get you to 30, then since you don't have shows in your area, there are some things I can do to help. Unfortunately, the rule book does force me to make you get to 30, and I'm not going to backpedal or change what my rule book says right this second. And unfortunately, the rule book does say you need to find a way to get 30 points. I'm willing, and I think Tony's willing, to try to alleviate that in some way. If you guys need a show somehow, if there's something we can do to make it happen, I think we're willing to try to make that happen. So I mean, that's the best answer I can give you there.
Really go 4X and training of it.
I mean, yeah, I have, like I said, we have a 4X coming up. That's 20 points automatically. Not automatically, but 20 points if you win. But basically, everybody that attends, even if you get last place, you're going to get 15 points.
That's 1/3 of the points right there.
Well, I've actually got shows coming there, Brian. There's 3 more shows on the schedule there before the end of the year. I think they're 2X's. We just had 2 shows there last weekend, and again, I'm not going to make an excuse or anything like that, but I would ask you, because I think you have really great sounding vehicle. I would love for you to go let my guys listen to it, even though they might not be new or necessarily, up to standard as far as the rest of you are concerned. I think it will be a great experience for those guys to be able to listen to some cars. And, all I'm asking is you give them a chance to learn. Where's the next one in Tennessee?
I'm sending him
I think Hickman County.
I got the link sent to him right now.
Shannon just sent you a link, I
To
think,
all the
Brian.
Tennessee
Oh,
shows.
it's right here, posted right underneath of you there. So we are working on getting the area going again. I have a couple of guys down there judging for me now. Um, good guys. It's a father and son. I think they're great guys, and all I'm asking is you give them a chance to learn.
They're continuously made trips out to Kentucky to come shadow us.
Yeah, they've came and shadowed me several times. They really enjoy the car audio thing, and I think they'll do a good job if you give them a chance. I think they won't do anything but grow.
Good people. Very good people.
He said I'll fly to judge events, but I got my points.
Don't he still have his judge shirt? That was in the cards anyways.
Matt. I thought
that was part of the deal anyways.
I thought that was part of it.
People forget them deals on the street corner. Street corner deal.
That's what I thought. So when you're ready, all you gotta do is say the word.
Yep. Come down to the training in September.
I'd like to get back into West Virginia a little bit stronger too. We used to have an event director out there named John Vrooman. He was a really great dude, and once he kind of went away, that scene kind of went with it. But it, Alan. I appreciate the questions and everything, and hopefully, like I said, I addressed it in a good, correct way. Even though sometimes I'm not great at that, but that's why I tend to keep my mouth shut a lot, because I am passionate about this, just like we all are.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you.
But all right, so thanks for coming on, Clifford. I appreciate it. I know I already said this once. Did you have any last words you'd like to say to the guys out there, guys and girls?
Yeah. Basically, I would like to see all the guys that came on this evening and shared their views and were honest about it, and you got your responses, and we appreciate that. I appreciated that, and also I would like you all to be firm and open with open about it, in the sense that let's get MECA back out there. Let's do it, and we can't do it without you. We depend on you, and we want you to depend on us to do the best that is in us to judge your vehicles and give you the most honest score sheet that you will ever get. So thank you all again, and I appreciate the opportunity to even be on the Bud Talk this evening. Appreciate that so much.
Thanks, Clifford.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I'll let you go for the night. Thanks again, Clifford. We'll talk again soon.
All right, bye.
Be long. I'll see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
We'll talk again soon.
Yeah.
Night. And Tony, any last words?
I think we covered just about everything.
We might have a surprise guest on next week.
We're just waiting for the phone.
Oh,
to
yeah,
ring
a
now.
prize.
A surprise guest next week, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I might have a prize guest next week, or a surprise. I don't know if they're a prize or a surprise, but we're going to have a Bud Talk Live next week for sure. I want to thank Tony and Clifford again for coming on with me tonight. Again, all my sound quality guys that hopped on here. This might have been long overdue, but I appreciate the conversation.
It's
And
good.
Continue
It's
the
good.
conversation. Call us.
anybody that wants to,
My phone is always
anybody that wants to dig deeper or anything
All
like
of them.
that, my phone line's open. Shannon's phone line's open. I think Tony's phone
Yeah.
line's open. So
Always.
give us a shout. And again, I guess we'll cut it now since we've been on here for way too long tonight. I'll probably get in trouble. But until next time, keep it loud and clear, MECA heads.